everyone, I'm Evangeline right here at etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at, and I'll show you how to get installed, this Thule Roof Rack here on our 2024 Volkswagen Taos. If you're looking to carry, let's say, kayaks or a roof box for extra storage or a big old cargo basket, well, what you first need is a roof rack system just like this. I like the look of the Thule system. It's very sturdy, looks really good, and it just has a strong look to it, both in features as well as design. Now, what we have today are the 50-inch WingBar Evo crossbars, as well as the Evo clamps that clamp around the raised rails of the Taos. So double check the roof of your vehicle just to double check that you have the correct fit. And you can also use our fit guide here at etrailer. You put in your year, make, model, select the type of roof you have, and then we show you all the confirmed fits for your vehicle. Of those confirmed fits, the Thule one is definitely ideal if you have other Thule products and if you are looking for that more sporty, strong look. With the 50-inch bars, you get the tiniest little bit of overhang, about 2 inches, depending on where you have this mounted. I personally would actually upgrade to, I believe, the 53 or 54 length bar. That gives you about 1.5 inches on each side, but just a little bit more clearance for things that you may want to clamp around your crossbar system. But you'll notice that overall you have this sleeker look with the shorter bar, which is probably why Thule recommended this size. The height that your roof rack will sit will also help you figure out what might be the best fit for accessories. So if I measure from the top of the roof to the bottom of the crossbar, I have around barely 2¼ inches. That's not a lot of space. If you have those large clamps or U-bolts with wing nuts, you might not be able to clear without scratching up your roof. Try to make sure you get those more sleek strap-like accessory clamps. Or you can go the other route and get channel-mounted accessories. I'll talk about that in a bit. But first, let's talk about from the roof to the top of the crossbar, which measures at 3½ inches. That's where accessories will sit. So if you have skis with really thick bindings, you may want to look at our ski carrier accessories that give you that extra height, or other accessories here at etrailer that make sure you clear your roof. I actually own a Thule roof rack, and you might notice me driving down the road because I always forget to put the end caps back in place. They're open like this because I use channel mounted accessories. So you open up the end cap, you get your accessory, and you just slide that on through, and then you can close the end cap on it. I actually recommend this for the Taos because, one, you'll be able to utilize the full length of the crossbar. You're not dodging around the tower or anything, and you're going to have your items a little bit higher up off the roof. Remember how we took the measurement for height and clearances? You wouldn't have to worry about that as much with a channel mounted accessory that goes in there. And since you have raised rails, you can adjust the crossbars to wherever you want on your rails. I currently have a crossbar spread, which I measure center to center, of about 29 inches. And I have that because 29 is a pretty good in-between that will work with a lot of accessories. It's right here by the pillars, because if you get longer bars, you're more likely to hit your head against the longer crossbars unless they're out of the way. Plus, it just makes it easier to install when I have a good sight line for where to go. So you could follow my example, or you can put your crossbars wherever you want. Let's say you're carrying a really long canoe and you need it the furthest apart you can get. That would be about 44 inches apart. So hopefully, this is just a good guideline for planning out whether you're carrying a roof box, a canoe, or a bike. You can adjust this wherever you want. My friend actually had a Volkswagen Taos, and she asked me for advice for a roof rack just to get 2 kayaks, and she also wanted to carry her trailer in the back, so she got a hitch here at etrailer. So we were just workshopping through all the different things she might need. Since her kayaks were really large, she needed longer bars, but she also needed something that was strong and was sturdy, since they were also heavy kayaks. So those are questions you might have yourself, because what are you going for? Are you looking for something more sleek? Do you have other accessories that are in the Thule realm? Or are you using a different brand? Those are all things that will help you decide what's the best fit for you. And if you want someone to go along with you for that journey, give us a call and we'll help guide you through all those different options, all those different accessories, and that way you get the best fit for you and your adventures. Now, if you're curious about how I got this installed, which by the way is super quick, stick around and we'll find that out. Let's go through the install real quick. When you set up your crossbar the first time, you're gonna have some weather strips. So they'll come in a pack that you have to split apart, and then you'll organize them like this. You want your arrows facing the front of the bar, which is gonna be the thicker end. And then without the arrows, you want that where your logo is, or Thule, which is the tapered or back end. And then you can attach your towers. So your towers really just slide right on as long as your end cap is off. And then you get your end cap, and then that just pops into place like that. Do that for all 4 towers. And now you're ready to load this onto your roof. Getting this on there, you can really put it wherever you want. What I like to aim for though is the pillars, or the spot between both doors, just because that's a good spot to aim for, easy to measure out. And once you have that on there, you can then adjust for your overhang. So slide these around until you have the same amount of overhang on each side. Once you've decided on the spot, then go ahead and tighten down your towers. Make sure to use the tool included with your tower box. And that's because this has a torque setting. So once you get to the correct torque, your tool will click just like that. So make sure all 4 towers click, and that prevents it from over tightening as well. Finally, you have your tower covers. So if you are using the Thule One Key system, which has a bunch of lock cores you buy ahead of time, you can switch out your plastic lock cores for those. I like just using the plastic lock cores. Those click right into place. Use a flathead screwdriver to turn, and your roof rack is secure. Now you're ready to load up your roof rack with all the fun gear for all of your adventures and hit the road, because you just installed your Thule roof rack. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. You saw it right here on a 2024 Volkswagen Taos.